Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews of books from the Overflow Room Annex, our book division. And we have 3 books, as usual, interesting things, I think. Let's take them one at a time, shall we? Yes. Brahms, Biographical, Documentary, and Analytical Studies, edited by Robert Pascal. Designed as part of the celebrations of the 150th anniversary of Brahms' book, this contains essays by distinguished American, British, and German scholars who make fresh contributions to our knowledge about Brahms. Cambridge University Press. Let's see what's in here, shall we? I love these collections of essays. It's so much easier to read this stuff than big, clunky biographies, I think. And you get so many different perspectives, especially on aspects of the music you might not have paid much attention to or been aware of. So we've got The Cultural World of Brahms by Michael Musgrave, who's a superb Brahms scholar. The Growth of Brahms' Interest in Early Choral Music and its effect on his own compositions. Brahms' View of Mozart. Brahms and the Definitive Text. Synthesizing Word and Tone, Brahms' Setting of Hebel's Vorüber. Okay, that's a little specific. The Tragic Overture, The Form of Tragedy by James Webster. Well, he's like a big deal scholar. He does a lot of Haydn stuff as well. Brahms, the Symphonist. The Retreat from Dynamism, a study of Brahms's Fourth Symphony. The Multi-Piece in Brahms, the Fantasias, Opus 116. The Short Piano Works. Well, they've been getting a lot of play lately, so it'd be interesting to look up some serious research and scholarship on those. And the 4 Serious Songs, Enrichment and Uniformity. So those are the essays, and if any of them interest you, then I highly recommend that you take a look at this thing, Robert Pascal, Brahms' Biographical, Documentary, and Analytical Studies, and give it a listen. Give it a read. I'm into listening. We do so much listening, don't we? All right, what's next? Oh, this is really fun too. Robert Schumann on Music. This is a inexpensive Dover reprint with all kinds of fun stuff in here. Reviews and his essay on Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique, which is absolutely fabulous. You know, it's really incredible. Schumann never heard the Symphonie Fantastique. He only had it in piano score. And so he had to review the work without having heard its orchestration at all. And, you know, Schumann, who was like not one for orchestration, can you imagine, having to talk about the piece without having heard it played as Berlioz intended by the full orchestra? It's staggering and astonishing and horrifying all at once. But he was a wonderful, wonderful writer and critic. He wrote hundreds of essays and articles and reviews, mostly for the Neue Zeitschrift für Musik, which he founded in 1834. And so his career as a literary person is, not terribly well known, but really ought to be. Whether you like his music or don't like his music, it really mattered. It was important in the history of German Romantic music particularly. He, by the way, liked the Symphonie Fantastique, except he couldn't figure out the finale, which isn't surprising, because how could you figure out the finale without E-flat clarinets and 2 tubas and bells and Colenio strings and all the weird stuff that's going on in it? Can you imagine just trying to evaluate that from a piano score? But really, really fascinating stuff. So Schumann definitely is worth looking into. And then we've got, what's this? Oh, Antonin Dvořák. Yes, this is an old library remainder. I hunted around for those back in the days, and I would find books. This is from the Memphis Public Library. It was discarded by the Memphis Public Library. Shame on you, Memphis Public Library, just because nobody cared about this. Now, this is Dvořák, His Achievement, essays by Gerald Abraham, Moscow Carner, H.C. Coles, Harriet Cohen, Astrid Desmond, Thomas Dunhill, Edwin Evans, Ernest Walker, Julius Harrison, and Frank Howes, edited by Victor Fischel. And it's Greenwood Press in Westport, Connecticut. So you've got a biographical essay And then you've got essays on his various works, which is actually a nice way to do it, because most of the essays on Dvořák, especially from this period, this is 1943, were rather condescending. Actually, quite a bit that's in here is condescending too. But you've got a good summary of his symphonies and concertos, miscellaneous orchestral works, the chamber music, the piano compositions by Harriet Cohen, no less. The operas, Harriet Cohen, was Bax's girlfriend, in case you were wondering. The operas, the church music, the songs, his musical personality, national and folk elements, his orchestra, and his symphonic expression. It's really a wonderful, comprehensive little collection of essays. So there you go. And good luck finding it, because it doesn't have much of anything. It's just called Antonin Dvořák, edited by Fischl. Fischl. And there you have it. So you've got Brahms, Schumann, and Dvořák, 3 very actually interesting, worthwhile tomes, one on each composer. Keep on reading, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.